Whorse and Marcotet's Vexio, Profile Production, the next part, Sakura Alien 2. So, let's just jump straight into where we left off. We quizzed Professor Sakai, and we'll see if we can somehow make sure that the trap she made doesn't come true. And so I do. Our mouths overlap, our lips are getting together like two pieces of a puzzle. Professor Sky. Professor Sky shoots her eyes open initially in surprise, but as the seconds pass, she begins to relax into the kiss. Tension drains from her shoulders, and her lips part willingly for my tongue. I wind my arms about her waist and press our bodies together. Professor Sakai doesn't try to shift away. Instead, she obliges her heaving chest pushed against my own. I can feel Professor Sakai warmth through the fabric of her sweater. She is so soft I feel obliged to handle her carefully. I hate to hurt her. That sounds like feel Professor Sakai's office as our kisses grow in intensity. She pulls me on, holding our tongues together, which procures from me a low groan. Professor Sakai might be my senior, not to mention my lecturer, but she does feel like it right now. The distance between us born from our gap in age and our different statues has vanished. With our mouths pressed together like this, we feel like equals. Professor Kai moans make my heart flutter. She sounds so cute, it's all I can do to not to push her down and have my way with her. Is that what she wants? She did tell me she'd been lonely. I'm a nice guy, at least I try to be, and I want to ease this loneliness of hers if I can. I don't want to leave her unfulfilled. I want to make her happy. Then maybe she spare the astronomy club. Maybe she'd be content to leave us alone, and my peaceful days may continue uninterrupted. I think that would be the best outcome for everybody involved. We all be happy. Yeah, if only life were that easy. That was quite the experience. Professor Kai sighed, satisfied, I hope, as she adjusts her clothes. She pulls her sweater down, once more obscuring her smooth, creamy skin, and teases her dark tresses free of knots with her fingers. Once she sets her appearance back in order, she sits once more upon her seat, legs folded, and smiles at me. Thank you, Mr. Guy, for indulging me. It was very good of you to listen to my selfish request. I hope you do not have any regrets. Not at all. I don't think there's any guy alive who will regret doing that. Not with a woman as pretty as you. Do you think I'm pretty? How could I think otherwise? You're gorgeous. Goodness me. This guy's face turns red, which is of course adorable. She acts so coldly competent during her lectures. It's satisfying to see her steaming like this. Her uncommonly facile state makes my heart skip a beat. She's so adorable, I want to hold her in my arms once more and rain kisses upon her lips. I want to hear her gasp and whimper and demur and, well, all sorts of other things. The thoughts are exciting despite all the kissing and consensual touching we already done during the last half hour in her office. I wonder. I'm not a sadist, am I? I think I might enjoying this a bit too much. You certainly know how to charm a woman, Mr. Tagai. You're far younger than I am, but you comport yourself as one with a good deal of experience. It's a bit scandalous, actually, that you can compliment me with such ease. You don't seem at all perturbed by this. I would have been back in high school, but I had a bit of practice since then. With those two girls from the astronomy club. Well, Professor Sky looks me up and down, knowing expression upon her face. Her smile is devious as a fox. It feels like she's peering into my past, rummaging through all the various incidents, shall we say, that I found myself embroiled in over the last month. Now it's my turn to blush. I guess I'm not as infallible as I thought. Professor Sky might start stammering when she gets nervous, but it seems she knows how to dish it out too. I wonder if that comes from being older than I am. I don't like to kiss and tell. It's fine to talk about my own exploits. Exploits. That sounds so seedy. But I don't want to drag Kiori and Nina into this. It's not fair to talk about them, not behind their backs. I see. Professor Sakai nods, one little leg crossed over the other. Her legs, I can't help but note, look incredibly in an opaque pantyhose, cling to the planes of her thighs, which hitherto were wound about my waist in a very enticing manner. I should have expected as much. You are a gentleman, after all. You aren't the sort to boast about how many women you have bedded, and how you went about it. I can only hope you will offer me the same courtesy. Of course, I'm not about to tell anybody about this, I swear. Thank you. It's quite a relief. You are a good person, Mr. Tagai. You are so kind and thoughtful. That is why I'm going to like you so, I think. And it is why I felt safe entrusting myself to you, though it was my first time. Huh? It was? Indeed, it was. Embarrassing though it is to admit, I've never been intimate with a member of the opposite sex before. She said opposite sex. She didn't say anything about the same. I'm very awkward when I was growing up, and then when I became an adult, I was too mired in my job to pay my personal life much heed. I've been married to my work for years now, with a little in the way of personal pleasure to distract me. I feared I would grow old and grey, then die an old maid. It was very nice of you to play along with my capricious whims and embrace me as you did. You were so manly as you helped me, I fear my heart might truly melt. It felt so good, it was a little embarrassing actually. You don't need to be embarrassed, we're actually pretty similar. We are? I nod. I never done anything like that with anybody until a month ago. I wasn't very popular back in high school. What? Professor Kai blinks. I cannot imagine why. You are such a compassionate boy. Were we the same age, I would have had a crush on you. I can easily imagine writing you a love letter and then sliding it into your locker. Though, of course, it's much too late for such shenanigans now. I'm too old for love letters. and I don't have a crush on you. I'm a mature woman. I'm too old for silly love affairs. I like you, certainly, but not like that. Please don't think I'm obsessed with you. That would be embarrassing. I don't think that. It's fine. Like I said, I'm happy that we did what we did, but I'm not going to expect anything else from you. It'd probably be a bad idea if we let things carry on, given our relationship. When all said and done, you're still my professor. Yes, you're all right. So long as you aren't expecting anything else, it should be fine. It was just one-off. It's not like I was hoping we could seriously fall in love or have a relationship or anything like that. It wouldn't be possible no matter how fond of you I am. After all, I'm Professor Gabby, but her voice trails away. Early happiness spent. She extracts her hand from my own, then looks at me with a newfound seriousness. I enjoyed our time together, Mr. Guy, but now I must put an end to all that silly sentiment. I still have a job to do, and at the end of the day, I cannot let my feelings for you interfere with that. What we discussed earlier still stands. What? I said, Professor Sakai, stunned. I feel a bit like I'm on a roller coaster, teetering on the precipice before a large drop. Don't know if my stomach has fallen away, leaving me feeling hollowed out and empty. I don't mind becoming physical closer to Professor Sky. I might be able to make her forget about her earlier ultimatum, but it looks like that was wishful thinking. She's very stubborn. Are you still threatening to expel me? I am, and I will go through with it if you do not comply. I apologize for putting you in an awkward situation, but I have no other option. You have a week to confide in me and tell me all your secrets. If you cannot meet the deadline, then I will have no choice but to make good on my threat. You have no reasons to tell all your secrets, no matter what. No one can ask that of you. Of course, if you actually are together with someone and you actually feel safe in confiding everything with them, then that's good, but seriously, she is still stepping out of line. But, so what we did, doesn't it mean anything to you? It does, it means a good deal, in fact. I am most grateful that you showed me such kindness. It was very good of you. I think better of you now than I did before, but I was already fond of you. I do like you, Haru, but my personal feelings are irrelevant to my mission. I have every intention to carry it out, no matter who I hurt. I apologize, but I have no other choice. I am an adult, and a lot of my expectations are resting upon me. I cannot afford to let my superiors down. There is nothing in my life more important than that. I feel days when I finally leave Professor Guy's office after what felt like an eternally too much time. I wandered through the campus aimlessly, without any real destination in mind, and I eventually found myself at the old building where all the leisure-used club rooms are. I take the stairs mechanically, my mind still reeling, and let myself into the astronomy club. I don't often come here during the day, and it's unusual to see it so bright. I'm not sure what exactly compelled me to come here rather than the cafeteria, given I've only 20 minutes of my lunch break left. I guess Professor Sky's threats made me want to see the club room for myself with my own eyes. I want to be reminded of what precisely I've been missing out on, should the club close for good. The clubroom looks much the same as it always does, what with its scuffed wooden floor and its battered old couch. The posters of the walls which depict space vast recesses are all the same, as is the homey scent of green tea that perments there. There's nothing very special about this room, really. It's cluttered and cramped, and it's showing its age, but it's full of fond memories despite its shortcomings. I spent countless hours in this clubroom since I enrolled at the university last April. What would I do without this clubroom? Where would Hiyori and I meet up, and what about Ina? I can't think of anywhere else we'd be able to store Hiyori's telescope, not to mention her mini fridge and kettle and portable burner. This clubroom is full of bits and pieces. You could live here in a relative comfort in the unlikely event of a zombie apocalypse. It's my home away from home. It might be nicer, in fact, than my actual home over my cruddy apartment. Certainly it's bigger. If I'm being quite honest, I didn't think much of the astronomy club when first I was inducted into it. I only joined it because Hiyori pestered me. I wasn't close to Hiyori for a long while, despite our status as the astronomy club's only two members, but Ina arrival changed everything. If I had a lot I've had a lot of fun in this room with both her and Hiyori. I don't want to say goodbye to our sanctuary, but if I don't turn Ina in, I might have to. I don't want to say goodbye to Ina either, though. It's all very complicated. I feel a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. Hey Harry, you don't usually come here during lunch. It's good to see you. And your share of greetings is really helping. The club room isn't, as I discovered upon opening the door, unoccupied. The president of the astronomy club is there, sitting on the couch on a cup of green tea in one hand and a lunchbox positioned on her lap. She greets me cheerfully, but soon pauses upon seeing my pensive expression. Hello, are you okay? Oh yeah, I'm fine. I try to reassure Hiyori, but I think my reply quite does it. She doesn't look consoled in the slightest, if anything. Her frown grows even more pronounced. Are you sure? You look a little down. Did something happen? I suppose so. I don't want to worry Hiyori, but I guess she got to hear about Professor Sky threat sooner or later. That might have been why I came to the club in the first place, actually. I know Hiyori spends most of her free time here. I was trying subconsciously to seek her out. She is something of a comfort, but I say I relish the thought of breaking the bad news to her about the club. I know Hiyori well enough to know that she won't hold Professor Sky plot against me. There's no sense shooting the messenger, but I'm painfully aware of how much she cherishes this club. I don't want to hurt her, but this is starting to seem unavoidable. It's a lot to go into right now, but well, I had a talk with Professor Kai earlier, and I launched into a great account of all that transpired in Professor Kai's office, but a loud gurgling courtesy in my stomach interrupts me. I was so caught up in my musings I forgot how hungry I was. It guess that tracks it's lunchtime after all. For a while there I think I lost track of the time. Goodness me, you sound like you could use feeding up, Haru. Haven't you had any lunch? Not yet. I don't know if there's any time to buy anything from the store either. don't trouble yourself with that. Convenience store food is all overpriced, and I can't hold a candle to the nutritional home cooking. I made a bit too much for lunch today, actually, so you can have some of it if you want. You're more than welcome to it. A look at yours lunchbox which is resting on her lap. It's a very pretty, well organized lunchbox, full of delicious and carefully prepared food. I can spy even from a distance with white rice with pickled plums, rolled egg omelettes, what looks to be a stewed salad, and some fried shrimp. The shrimp in particular looks delicious. They're coated in golden batter, and I bet they're juicy. I'm a sucker for seafood, and shrimps are some of my favorites. Hiyori must have noticed my gaze because she grins and pats the couch with one hand. Come on, Haru, sit down. There's a lot of food to go around. Are you sure you don't mind? It is your lunch after all. Sure, it just go to waste otherwise. There's nothing I love more than feeding people, particularly people I care about. You look like you could use the nutrients. You might be right about that. I do feel pretty weary. Alright then. If he is off a bit of thought, then decide to take her up on it. Across the clubroom, then the floorboards break, creaking in protest. I set my messenger bag down by the table. Then I shrug off my coat and takes a seat by Hiyori's side on the couch. I try some of your food. I'm pretty hungry. I thought you might say that. Am I that predictable? When it comes to food, yes. You're starting to shrimp like a man possessed. Now open wide, say ah. I don't think we had this picture. I can do a quick check of it. Let's see. Yeah, we definitely haven't had this picture. So let's save here. So that was all I have for Sakura Succubus. Sakura Alien 2. Sakura Succubus. It's been so many of them that it's easy to say the wrong thing now. There are a lot of them. But that was all I have for Sakura Alien 2 then. So hit like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.